Greetings and welcome back to Monster Legends, and another special feeding episode. This time I'm going to be feeding a fellow that I picked up at a recent progression event. And this is Wangzhou. And unfortunately Wangzhou has a couple of locked ruin slots. Yeah, I find it ironic that the best individuals that I have gotten recently have had 2 locked ruin slots, and the one that I really didn't like very much, well, he was all open. I already know I'm going to be paying sometime in the near future to open those, because this one is a little unusual. You see, I already have hands-on playtime with this fellow. First, they gave us a little simulator to test out his skills, and then, of course, I used him in a live battle that I had in video. So I already know this guy is great. Anyway, he is a legendary, he's metal, he is underworld, undead, and evil legions. Yeah, you can just look at him and see all of the above, right? Alright, so we're going to find him a temporary home with these fellas. In this case, I hope he doesn't corrupt them. And when I'm worried about a leprechaun being corrupted, you know I'm talking about somebody evil. Alright, so where is our little fella here? Okay, this is Porky? I don't think I can keep the name Porky. Wow, that's really tempting though, isn't it? Yeah, it's very tempting because it wasn't my decision, was it? I'm going to have to think about that one. What's your opinion on that? Anyway, this is Wangzhou. He is, he's a legendary, obviously. He's metal. His trait is that he's hardened, which means he has a 20% chance to resist negative status effects. He also will automatically remove 50% of the stamina from the enemies at the beginning of the fight, which can be very, very useful, especially if there's like a General Teddy sitting over there. Yes, could be very, very useful. All right, let's look at the stats. His strength is all right. Definitely not so bad at all. His life is really tanky. That's pretty unusual for someone who is actually control. And his speed is really good. So these are some really, very good stats here. Yeah, he is the full package, isn't he? He is the full package. All right, let's look at his starting skills. We have Good Old Ways. Deals low physical damage to one enemy, and Rule of the Iron Fist. Deals moderate metal damage to one enemy. Alright, so, and of course that very interesting special skill that we saw. Ying Zen Spirit deals very heavy special damage to all enemies, removes 100% of stamina from all enemies, applies curse and stamina leak to all enemies. Yeah, that's a good one. That's one of those ones that can actually turn a fight immediately. Definitely very, very good indeed. No one expects a metal monster in the Terracotta Army, so enemies are easily caught off guard by Wangzhou's attacks. His figure stands in the front row of the battle, draining the opponent's resources before they can reach the rest of the Terracotta warriors. So he stands up front and basically shuts them down. That's what I want him to do for me. Alright, so let's feed him up. Let's throw some... terracotta guys, especially metal ones, love tomatoes. They really do. Alright, and there he is, his final form. Very imposing. Heavy metal. Alright, so and when he comes back, we'll start giving him some more and start getting to those skills, of which, like I said, I've seen the most of them, right? Deals moderate special damage to one enemy, 50% chance of applying nightmares, and drown to one enemy. Okay, that's kind of useful. It's not bad for a first skill. Alright, so let's continue to level 10. Deals moderate metal damage to one enemy, applies stamina leak to one enemy. Am I really going to have this kind of trouble? I might just have to skip the names out of respect. Because otherwise I'm just going to butcher them, you know? Alright, let's get to level 15. Deals moderate metal damage to one enemy, 50% chance of applying curse to one enemy. I am just shocked that he can do that. Really, I am. This is my shocked voice. Alright, so let's continue to level 20. Removes 100% of stamina from one enemy, gives 50% of stamina to all allies. I think that I might just keep that. Yeah, I do. Yeah, I think I'm going to keep that one. Yeah. It's almost like I know. Yeah, let's continue to level 25. Applies stamina leak to one enemy, applies curse and nightmares to one enemy. Alright, for now, I'm going to throw that in there. I think I ended up keeping that one, so we're just going to have to see how this works out. Alright, so let's continue to level 30. I want my big one. Applies drown to all enemies and stamina regeneration to all allies. That's not bad, but I don't think I'm going to keep that one. I'll throw it up here for now, but I don't think I'm keeping that one. Alright, so let's continue to level 35. Deals moderate special damage to all enemies, applies stamina leak and drown to all enemies, which is the reason that I'm not keeping this one, right? I mean, the stamina regeneration is good, but, you know, damage, pretty good damage actually too. And then a stamina leak along with the drowned on the enemies, yeah, that's pretty good. Yep. Besides, I'm already doing this to give them their stamina back, right? And I could use that once every 3 turns. All right, so yeah, we're taking that one. Because that's really good. Of course, we're missing the big one, aren't we? Yes, we are. So let's continue to level 40 and... Removes 100% of stamina from all enemies. Applies curse to all enemies. Yes, there it is right there. So what we have with this one is we essentially have General Thetti's Stamina Devourers that doesn't take all of his stamina away and also gives them curse. Yeah, that's great. That's just great. Right there. So that's phenomenally amazing. I am just shocked that that's 30 stamina. I am. I don't know if I'm done. I might be. So let's just see. And applies drown. Yeah, we saw that one. All right. And just checking. Level 50. Deals moderate special damage to all enemies. Applies nightmares to all enemies. Gives 50% of stamina to allies. Ooh. See, there's another one that gives stamina back to allies. All right. Well, this one is just too good not to keep. Because you can then strategically take stamina away from an individual again. See, you use this one in the first round. And perhaps you use this one the next round and then refill the stamina of your guys while you're doing it. Of course, you do have other avenues to work with here. Now, here's the question. Do I want this one? Stamina leak to one ally applies curse. That's one enemy right there. Okay. I'm thinking I want to make sure that I have something to deal with an individual that cannot be hit by group attacks. You know? Like a Wormlad or O'Reilly, you know, those kinds of individuals. I don't want to have all group attacks because it's very important to be able to nullify them. So do I want to keep this one, the stamina leak? Because the thing is, I'm giving him a stamina leak here, right? And they should have curse already up here. This one here, this one gives stamina back to my allies. That's kind of the reason that I like it. But this one over here, it is a 1-round cooldown. This one's going to be a 3, this one's a 2, this one's a 2. So if I switch this one, then that means 2 is my best thing here. But, I mean, Nightmares isn't so great. And the damage is kind of on the low end there. But an extra giving stamina back. Ooh. I mean, the thing is, this one could be strategically useful for putting curse back on somebody in case it gets removed from somebody. You put it on, and then maybe they remove negative status effects. Well, this way you can put it back on, along with nightmares, you know. And stamina leak. Good call, good call. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the group one. for testing, and I'm going to see how that works out. I want to see whether or not in the course of the battle can this guy keep his own troops filled with stamina during a fight. That's what I'm looking for. Using this one, can he just keep them going and going and going? I think it will be worth it to hold on to this one if he can do that. So, anyway, I think that's pretty much it. We got what we want, so we're just going to check here. And, all right, yep, we got that one. That's a good one, but I think the other one, the fact that it refills the team is great. Yeah, that one right there. All right, that's the other one. That's the drowned one that gives stamina regen. But if I'm giving 50% back in 2 skills, I don't really need that one. And I'm giving them drowned in that third one. All right, so let's check out the skills here. Oh, pardon me, the stats. The strength is not too bad. It's actually surprisingly high considering what his role is, which is basically control support. You can't not call him support considering the way he's giving stamina back to his own team. Mostly control, but definitely got some support in there. And you know what? Curse kind of makes him a bit of a damage dealer too, considering he's getting out way ahead of everybody and just dropping Curse on them. You know, over the course of the 3 turns, Curse does an enormous amount of damage. And if he gets out there early with it, he's going to do a lot of damage with it. And the Drown Torture effect is also very good too. But yeah, I mean, these are great stuff. The life is really meaty. For a control individual, that's amazing. And then the speed is really good. Very good indeed. Put a lot of good speed on him, and he's going to be going very, very fast. He's very scary. All right, I'm going to take a quick look over here. I'm pretty sure that I didn't miss anything. Right, that's the drowning one. That's the single target one. Right. We got all the good ones. And like I said, I kind of know because I believe I used this exact spec when I was using him in live duels. And of course, we won. We won the whole thing because of him. Definitely because of him, because he is really good. I mean, he takes the best parts of one of my favorite denials, which is General Teddy's, and just escalates it into orbit. All right, let's just go back and look at these skills because you know what? There's something to look at. All right, we'll start with this one. Removes 100% of stamina from all enemies, applies Curse to all enemies. This would still be a great skill if it didn't give the Curse. Because the only skill I've seen like it is General Teddy's Stamina Devours. The downside of that is it takes all her stamina away too. Not only is there nearly no cost, except of course for the 30 stamina and a 3-round cooldown, which means you can lose it once every 4 rounds, but it's also going to give Curse. Curse is by far the best torture effect. It starts off with low damage, and if it gets to the 3rd stage, it does an enormous amount of damage. So if they don't remove it, by the time it gets there, they're all going to be dead. So considering the fact that it is in the beginning of a fight, and I figure that my damage dealers are doing stuff as well. So this is a great skill. All right, and then we have this one here. Deals moderate special damage to all enemies, applies nightmares to all enemies, gives 50% of stamina back to allies. Now this wouldn't be the second thing I would reach for. I really had to think about this one, but I think the fact that this does give stamina back to his team means that I should use this one. Also, giving another torture effect isn't such a bad thing as well. You know, Nightmares isn't my favorite one, but if you're tossing it in there along with the others, yeah, that's fine. That's fine. It doesn't do a lot of damage in terms of the physical damage, but I'm not going to put damage on him anyway. I'm going to put all speed on him. By the way, spoiler alert, I'm putting all speed on him. All right, and then we have this one. Deals moderate special damage to all enemies, applies stamina leak, and drown to all enemies. Now this is a good follow-up for the first one. Because one, it does pretty good damage. It gives another torture effect, a good one. Drown is a good torture effect. And then it gives them a stamina leak. They were already at half stamina to begin with because that's what his caster effect is, right? When the game starts, he takes it away. Then he's going to use that, his skill, to take away the rest of them. And then they're going to have to charge to get that back. But then you can start taking it away from him again with the stamina leak. Yeah, I mean, he's really good at messing up the other team, isn't he? And like I said, it's good damage. It gives a stamina leak, and it's also giving the drown torture effect. you're giving them a second torture effect because they still have the curse on them, right? And yeah, that's pretty darn good right there. And then finally we have this one. Removes 100% of stamina from one enemy, gives 50% of stamina to all allies. All right, so this is another way where he can give stamina back to his team. And this is a single target, I take all your stamina away from you, which is a really good idea. See, right here, multiple targets, multiple targets, multiple targets. Having lots of multiple target attacks is really kind of cool. The problem with that is now we're seeing a lot of individuals with not just caster status abilities, but also traits where they will be unhittable by group attacks. So you have to have a way of going after them directly, just them. This is a good way of doing it. This will just take the stamina away from one of them, and of course at the same time, it'll actually fill your team's stamina again. I'm very interested in the flow of a fight as to whether or not this guy can just keep his team on stamina. So that's actually kind of useful, and I can't wait to start testing with him. Right, and as I mentioned, I do have 2 lock slots, but I am going to be unlocking them. After his testing video, unless of course a deal pops up in the meantime, I'm just going to be unlocking them. Because I mean, the thing about it is that once he's 100, maybe more than that, he's the kind of individual that I would strongly consider saying, you know what? I have 120 metal cells. Yeah, I'm just going to rank you up. Because I could see this guy being very, very useful in the future. Definitely becoming my primary metal denial. So as a matter of fact, there are some individuals who might end up losing their stuff as a result of this. We're going to have to see about that. But the thing about it is that he's just so good that, yeah, I'm just going to probably have to consider that. I have just so many good stuff to go around, and I just might have to do something about that. Anyway, speed, right across. No group speed, no support speed, speed, right across. You want this guy going as fast as possible, as often as possible. Remember, not only is he attacking the other team, he's also refilling the stamina of your own team while he's doing it. So definitely somebody you want to go as fast as possible. And the fact that he's got such a good life and even the strength is just shocking. He is just really, he's the full package. Yes, he is. Anyway, this is Wangzhou, and he is very, very good. And I can't wait to start testing with him. I am currently crafting somebody who is going to be teaming up with him, so it's going to be a while before we end up getting a test. We might do that on the weekend or something like that. We'll have to see how that works out. Anyway, thank you very much for your attention. I really appreciate it, and play games because games are fun. See you.